Well, indeed, today expected to be the busiest shopping day of the year. Millions hitting the high street for those last-minute items for the festive period, if, of course, they can get there. Our business reporter, Tig Enright, is in Oxford Street, where they'll be starting early, and they may need to, Tig, with the snow on its way, apparently.
That's right, and it's a case of the calm before the storm here in Oxford Street. This is, of course, the last weekend before Christmas, but Barclays Bank has done some research on how it thinks Christmas shopping is going to pan out. It thinks that there's going to be an even bigger surge than normal in this last week because of all the bad weather earlier this month, and it's predicting a record year for Christmas shopping. It says that we'll spend £48.9 billion in the tills over this festive period. Well, to talk about this, I'm joined by Jace Tyrrell from the retailer group, the New West End Company. And do you buy into that theory that people are going to cram in a month's shopping into this last week before Christmas?
Absolutely, yes. I mean, we're hearing it anecdotally from the retailers. Those that haven't been shopping because of the weather, they're absolutely out on the high street. This weekend, we expect about 1.2 million shoppers here in the West End, spending about £130 million. And of course, a lot of the online sites will stop their deliveries from midnight tonight. So there's going to be a massive surge. If you can get to the high street, you will, and you're picking up those last-minute gifts.
That prediction that this is going to be a record year, I mean, in times like this, you might find that surprising. I mean, but do Britons perhaps put their economic concerns to one side when it comes to Christmas shopping?
I think we are a nation of shoppers. We see it every year, particularly at Christmas time. I think it's interesting, people are still shopping this year. We're up sort of 7%. Barclays saying nationally we're up sort of 8%. And I think there is a demand at Christmas time. And people are almost shrugging off the recession. We've had 2 years of recession. It has got a bit better for those that haven't lost their jobs and they're on tracker mortgages and things like that. So there is still money there. And of course, somewhere like the West End, we have a huge amount of tourists that come here spending a lot of money. So those that do have money are shopping, and the retailers are reaping the benefits.
Of course, fast forward more than a week and you're into the post-Christmas sales. And of course, do you expect there to be a big dash on to beat the VAT rise on January 1st?
Absolutely, yes. We saw this when it went down, and I think, again, when it's going to go up, there is going to be a big demand. Technology, white goods. We're going to see a lot of people here on sort of Boxing Day, and the 27th of January is the big one to look out for. A lot of discounting. But of course, savvy shoppers today, there is up to 70% off on the high street. There is that last-minute push to get shoppers in. So if you are out and you're braving the weather, dress well, dress appropriately. No high heels for anyone out there today on those gritted pavements, and actually get some really good bargains in the lead up as well.
And just looking ahead even then to next year, perhaps when the new austerity regime starts to hit people in the pockets a little bit more, do you think is this perhaps a last gasp at a very Merry Christmas this year before things perhaps get a bit leaner next year?
I think so. I think obviously people are thinking about the future. They're sort of putting it on hold a little bit, shopping as mad as they can. But I think next year will be tough for retailers up and down the country. I think there will be a divide, the north and south, and we'll see that. And we'll be working really hard. And I mean, good time for shoppers almost.
Okay, Jace Tyrrell from the New West End Company, thank you very much for talking to us. And as you heard there, the advice is that, the weather hasn't been good for the last few weeks, but it's not going to be good for the next week as well. So if you are going shopping, be sure to make extra preparations. And I think crucially, wear the right footwear, no high heels.
And that includes you. Thank you very much. Didn't see the joke, did he? I don't blame him. No, let's get an update on the cricket from Perth with Charlie.
Yes. Well